Many times when we go to services and we hear people singing hymns, they may just sing just the first verse in the chorus and that's it, or sing the first verse and the last verse and that's it. The problem is this: when you only do like the first verse or the last verse, it's like watching the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes of a movie. You miss the whole middle. You don't know how they got from point A to point Z. Knowing the whole story. When a writer, when a hymnist is penning their hymns, they're trying to take you on a journey. They're trying to move you through their thoughts. And you have to see how everything connects to make full sense and have the full appreciation of the hymn. So we start off, we have the stream of mercy that's never ending. We have this plenteous grace that is always there, that has a readily supply for us to tap into. Now, here's my favorite part. My favorite part in this is the second verse, which says, "Here I raise my Ebenezer. Hither by thy help I've come." Now, what is an Ebenezer? I'm glad you asked. An Ebenezer is not a church that's down the street. An Ebenezer is not the dude that hates Christmas. An Ebenezer is a stone of help. It is a memorial. It is a marker of how far that God has brought you. And he's saying, I know how far I've come, and I'm marking how far you have brought me in my life. And that is something that we all need to take account of and think about. How far has God brought you? What is the last thing that God brought you through? Matter of fact, I want to make this a challenge. Media team, get ready. We can make this a hashtag. Hashtag my Ebenezer. If you don't know how to spell Ebenezer, I'll give it to you. It's E-B-E-N-E-Z-E-R. One more time. E-B-E-N-E-Z-E-R. I got that right, I think. Okay, cool. So, Ebenezer, how far? What is the last thing that God brought you through? Can I testify real quick? Y'all cool? I'm going to do it anyway, but I was going to ask. All right. Put this picture up for me. My Ebenezer. On my phone, I have marked my Ebenezer, and it is my pregnant wife. Why is this my Ebenezer? Why is this my point of remembering? Here's the story. We're an older couple. When we got married, we knew that probably having kids may be a little bit dicey because we're in our mid-30s. But we said, listen, we're going to give it a year. We're going to give it a year to see what happens. If something happens, cool. If not, then we're going to start maybe talking to medicals. So a year happened, nothing happened. No kid. Then we started talking to fertility clinics. We spent, about 4 years working with fertility clinics. We had 7 failed attempts. There was many days where we just couldn't say anything to each other. We were just hurt. I remember one time we were sitting on a park bench after we got the bad news. We had nothing to say to each other. It's like, what do you say? We prayed to God. We believed in God. We try to do what some people tell us, to pray with expectancy, to claim it like you got it. But it didn't happen. So what do? We kept on praying, but nothing was happening. That was years. And then what happened was we were getting to work with another clinic. And they told us, listen, your insurance doesn't cover this. Your insurance actually, no, it covers a piece, but it's going to be zapped up. You're going to have to come out of your pocket about $25,000. Right. $25,000 you're going to come out of pocket. And we were debating it, we were going back and forth, but then something else happened. Last year, our basement flooded. 3 inches of water in our whole entire basement. Flooded. My wife's business was in the basement. She had to relocate. My business was in the basement. I mean, fortunately, none of my stuff got hurt, but still. The basement's still not in full repair. So we had to make a decision. Are we going to use this money to take care of our house, or we're going to try to work on the kid? And honestly, we couldn't decide. It was like, you know what? We're not going to we're not going to worry about the kid right now. We got to get the basement together. We can't have mold in the basement, stuff like that. We're going to try to work on the basement. Let's take care of that. But then it hit a point where it's this. It was one morning. Kris was gone. Beanie was somewhere else. I don't remember where he was. But I was by myself in the bed, and I don't get asthmatic often, meaning tears in my eyes. But I was praying, and I said to God, I said, listen, I have nothing else. I don't have money to take care of both of these things. I don't have anything else. All I got is you. You're the only thing I have. You're all I got. I don't have the income for a kid. I don't have the income for my basement. I don't have it. I don't know what to say with my wife when she's crying pretty much every month. I don't have anything to give. And I'm so frustrated. I'm so done. I said, you know what? Listen, take it all. Take everything. I have nothing. Take it all. Do whatever you're going to do. Do what you will do. I have nothing else to offer you. And then March this year, I found out I have a baby girl coming. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm not saying that to boast myself. I'm saying that to boast about my God. The thing is this. You got to remember what God has done for you. Anytime I get down in my head about what's going to happen tomorrow and we're going to have enough finances, I got to look at this picture and remember my Ebenezer. What has God done for me? And if you cannot think of what God has done for you, take a selfie because you are alive right now and God has kept you. Take a selfie. If you can't think of nothing else, take a picture of your own self. Because you're standing right now and you have not died. You have taken a breath and it's not your last. If you don't know what else, thank God that you're here right now. What is my Ebenezer? My Ebenezer is my daughter that's coming. It's my wife that's coming. And it's the God that provided it because I had nothing else. You have nothing to offer God. None of you have nothing to offer God, but He has everything to give to you. Everything. Post that picture. What is your Ebenezer? That's a lyric you can't let go of. You have to understand what it means. God has helped me this far. And here's the beautiful thing about God. It's this far at this moment. I still got further to go. And He's going to help me get even further. When my daughter gets here, it's going to be a picture of my daughter and my son because God has helped me this far. How far has God helped you to this point?